In today's video, we are going to be breaking down Bojan Bogdanovic and his three-point shooting form. Of course, if we all want to become better three-point shooters, we need to analyze some of the best shooters in the league to see how they shoot the ball. Let's get down and let's check out how he shoots the basketball. Okay, so in this clip, he just got that ball passed to him, and from there, he is able to gather at his hips. When he lifts that ball up into his set point, what we do notice that his set point is right above his right eye and at his forehead level. But first, what we want to do is look at his feet. His right foot is slightly more forward than his left foot, which then also has the same happen to his right knee. This is a great start for a fantastic alignment towards the basket. Next, we want to look at his hips. His hips are also fairly square towards the basket, and same as his shoulders. He has a very squared up shot when it comes to shooting. This allows him to get his shoulder and elbow in line towards the basket, and we also notice that he has a very close to 90-degree angle on his elbow. Some players will shoot more 45. We see Bojan shooting right between that 45 and 90-degree angle. What this does for him is that allows him to have a quick release. If you want to have one way of getting a quick release is to have 90 degrees on your shoulder, 90 degrees on your elbow, and then 90 degrees on your wrist. When he then extends up into his shot, what we do notice is that he gets off the ground before he releases the ball. This is giving him great energy transfer from his ankles, which his heels are off the ground, which is going to give him the initial boost from his calves. That is essentially the fast twitch muscles in your shot. That's going to get you off the ground faster, and then your quads are going to be the ones that get you the rest of the way up. We also notice that when he does catch it and he dips, we notice that his shoulders are pretty well in line with his knees and his toes, which is going to give him a nice balanced shot. When he does go up for his shot, what we do notice is that he extends his arm and flicks the ball at the exact same time. This is going to give him nice energy transfer from his ankles up into his knees and hips, up into his shoulders, elbow, and then wrist. You don't want to be extending something up here before you're extending your legs. You want to have nice energy transfer all the way up. We also do notice that his thumb is back, which means that he is not shooting with a thumb flick like Steph Curry or like Kyrie Irving. And then when he does release that ball, he does have a hard release. This is going to give him more rotation on that ball, but that is going to take away potentially some of the arc. However, he doesn't necessarily have to worry all that much about the arc because his elbow is above his forehead, and anytime your elbow is above your forehead, you should have optimal arc on your shot. Something else to look at is from where he leaves that ground all the way up to when he lands back down onto the ground, he is only going ahead by 1 foot. Now, why is that important? Well, that's actually quite important because the farther you jump forward, the farther that ball is going to be pushed. And when that happens, if you say, for example, instead of jumping 1 foot ahead, you jump 1.5 feet ahead, that is going to push that ball 0.5 foot or more towards that rim or over top of the rim and could make your shot more inconsistent. But by only jumping forward 1 foot or less, preferably none at all, then what's going to happen there is it's going to be a very consistent shot. And considering that Bogdanovic is a 39.4% career three-point shooter, you know that he is a very consistent shooter. His all-time high was back in 2018-2019 at 42.5%, which is fantastic. Something that is also very interesting about him is the fact that when he does catch that ball, he has such a fast release that if he did have a defender on him, which he does in this clip, he doesn't dip that ball. He goes straight up to his set point from any way that he was. He could have had that ball on his left side, right side, it doesn't matter. As we can see here, he catches it on his left side, slightly dips, but I'm not going to classify that as a dip. And then he has a nice perfect release. We can see from here that his shoulder and elbow are in line and that his ball is on top of his elbow, at least in line when it comes to the basket, and this is what I call the shooting triangle. And I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos. You want your shoulder in line with your elbow, and you want that ball at least over top of this arm or in line with your elbow, so that when you take that shot, everything is in line, and you want your body to be able to be angled so that this can happen. This triangle is very important. And remember how I said he can get up into his shooting form from any side of his body? Well, here he gets it on his right and straight up into his shot, and he doesn't even have to extend fully for very long so that he can get that shot up. Check that out. On his right hip, straight up. You want to be able to shoot no matter what, wherever you are. It doesn't matter if your ball is on the left side of your body, on the right side, or up high. You want to be able to release that ball, or at least get it into your set point as fast as possible so that you can take that shot. And yes, a slight dip like this one is preferred because it's going to allow you to have consistency. It's like a backswing on a golfer. But that's not a very big dip here, and he's able to get that shot off over top of that defender. And then here, well, you can see in this clip that he brings it up the middle of his body into his set point. This way, you can become a fantastic shooter by being able to shoot from any which way that you're currently standing. And that's why I picked this player today. And that is because he can pick the ball up from his right side up into his shot, from the middle, from his left side. It doesn't matter. I've even seen clips where he catches it here, brings it over, and shoots. You need to be able to do things like that to become a great shooter. You never know in which position you're going to be stuck in, and if you're on the run, you're catching it over here, and you can bring it over and shot, that is going to be really, really great for you because you're going to be caught in so many different situations, and you can still get your shot off and shoot over top of defenders. I hope that this video has helped you become a better shooter. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.